for Jamaicans. I just want to say thank you. Big family. Time come for deliverance. For deliverance. So make we march in unity. Whether PNP or labor rights, our God loves all of we. We are marching on to progress. Jam down every all of we. Everything Melissa goes down, we are gonna build back. We are gonna build back better than before. Every house we broke down, we are gonna build back. Cause our God have blessings in store. To rebuild together. We are stepping out the darkness through the light. We're gonna build stronger roof and door. Good morning, Liberates, and good morning to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Laborite alive. Good morning, my people. Good morning. No, I promised you guys last night that I was coming with the picture of Dayton Campbell cutting a ribbon. Would have thought that would see Dayton Campbell, after chastising the Prime Minister over cutting ribbons, is cutting a ribbon, my people. You see how them hypocritic? But anyways, let us roll out the morning shoutouts. And as per usual, we have a few audios and we are going to do some breakdown this morning. So let's roll out the morning shoutouts, my people. Aubrey, big up yourself. Melody, big up yourself, good morning. Mark Nemad, big up yourself. Michelle Thousand, good morning. Sandra, big up yourself. Joanne, big up yourself. Larry, big up yourself. Sylvan, June, big up yourself. Arlene, big up yourself. Elaine, big up yourself. Caroline, big up yourself. Anita Earlfood, good morning. And Nerissa, big up yourself. Good morning to all of the silent watchers. See? Is there two melodies? I think there's two melodies, but big up yourself nonetheless. Or maybe I one person with two accounts, Okay, so let's get into it, my people. Now, we had a blast last night on the live, I certainly was enjoying the piece of mix up, my people. But anyway, let us move to a clip where we are going to listen to our Prime Minister and a strategy that they have developed. So listen to this, my people. Big up Father Dennis.
So we're here with the Waste Management Enterprise team, which was empaneled more than 6 years ago to study the implementation of a comprehensive waste management strategy for Jamaica. The strategy involved the privatization of waste collection, the decommissioning of the Riverton City disposal site, and the parallel construction of a proper landfill with smaller facilities that feed into that landfill. And then ultimately the construction of a waste to energy facility. All three things come together to provide a complete solution for waste management in Jamaica. There is a fourth element, which is public education, to ensure that citizens are conscious about the waste they generate and how they control and limit the waste they generate. We have had several studies funded by the IDB and other entities. We have had consultants. I believe we have studied the problem from all its dimensions, and there are options on the table. The challenge, of course, is the cost. There is a cost involved in increasing the scale and scope of the municipal waste control and general waste management. But, you can't put a cost on your environment. You can't put a cost on how your physical environment looks and feels and how people feel about their built environment. So it is something that we will have to do. We will have to find the fiscal wherewithal to do this. So it means that we have to figure out how to phase this in. We have to figure out how to bring the private sector in to do some of this. And we have to figure out how we can get the population to be more responsible in the waste they generate and how they dispose of that. So today's meeting is to give firm direction as to the next phase in how we treat with waste management in Jamaica. So in terms of the involvement of the private sector, we have taken the decision that we will begin privatization, divestment of waste collection and management in Jamaica. And we already explored and came up with an initial plan for the decommissioning of the Riverton disposal site. We have to make some firm decisions on that, so we will discuss that today as well. We have to make some decisions as to where the landfill will be located, the final decisions. We have identified a site, but we haven't finalized that that will be the site. And then we will continue to explore the possibility of the introduction of technology for the final reduction of waste, whether it is waste to energy, whether it is recycling, or other forms of waste reduction and reuse. So today's meeting will result in significant changes and improvement in how Jamaica manages its solid and municipal waste.
Well, people them make a living down a Riverton dump. You know, if we go official, you know, you know, if we get a job from, you know, whoever build the landfill down there, you know. No more scavenging for waste. We are going to lock it down. So, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Anyways, good morning, Father Dennis. Rachel, good morning. Mama Winsome, good morning. Lawrence, good morning. You know, Dayton Campbell constituency yesterday, you know, receive some money. You know, as it says, $165 million allocated to project allocate project aimed at rewiring Westmoreland houses. See? In Darliston yesterday, JPS also opened a temporary generator where, you know, they are going to give homes current from that until they can rebuild the infrastructure. So it is that generator, you know, that plant, as a matter of fact, that Dayton Campbell was cutting a ribbon for, you know, and Dayton Campbell who have been complaining that all the government does is go around and cut ribbons. You know, it is very rich that he could be cutting a ribbon yesterday after said government, you know, came to render aid to him because he has been crying like a little girl for so long. That, you know, same Dayton Campbell, by the way, who said that his people can wait. That's what he said, you know. The money that was being given to JPS, in people them can't wait. And Darrell said the people them want current. You remember? People them want current. And Dayton Campbell said the people them can't wait. See him there now. See him there cut ribbon. And by the way, the big head man they want to see in my back, that is the mayor of Savlamar, Mayor Delancey. You know, see him a kin teeth like he do something there. He go fix up Savlamar and go ahead and move up. You feel a troll. And by the way, my people, here is Dayton Campbell standing in the middle of two staunch labor rights. Shouldn't we kick Dayton Campbell out of the PNP, him and Mayor Delancey? If we kick them out of the PNP, you know, see them in a picture with labor right. Because that is why they kick out Julian Chang. Because Julian Chang take picture with George right. Then kick her out. They say she a labor right. So like we see Dayton Campbell and Mayor Delancey in a picture with two labor right. Shouldn't they kick them out of the PNP? It is only fair. Or maybe because they are men. You know, they are untouchable. Who knows? Good morning, lifestyle politics. So listen to this from Darrell Vaz.
This evening, especially to Commission Lovely to be in Darlington this evening, especially to commission the generator for Darlington and the surrounding areas. As was said earlier, we're going to be putting a generation plant in Betheltown by the end of next week, which is going to give
municipal.
Me can tell you no, if I ever see Dayton Camber over JLP side, me top blog for JLP and start blog for PNP. Me can't tell you no right now. That is how much I despise him. Anyway, we're going to talk about, the whole ATI yesterday and what you guys think could be happening, because if usually when Cliff, says something, if you not go so, in near so. And I have no reason to doubt Cliff's, workmanship. As a matter of fact, I have no doubt in Cliff views, my people. I lie. Sometimes I look doubt in. Sometimes I have wonder if Cliff righted too. But but for the most part, he righted. See it? So let us listen to this, my people.
The Financial Investigations Division, FID, is mum this afternoon following allegations it told the Integrity Commission it had found no cause for concern, having reviewed the statutory declarations of Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. The Integrity Commission had referred the explosive matter to the FID in 2024, having tabled a report in Parliament which raised questions about the Prime Minister's financial affairs. But when Nationwide News sought answers under the Access to Information Act, the Dennis Chung-led division refused the request. Ricardo Brooks reports.
Nationwide News first wrote to the Financial Investigation Division on January 7, seeking to know whether it had responded to the Integrity Commission. If it had, when was the response provided, and what was the nature of the response provided? Our news center also sought access to all documents related to the referral, which were handled by the FID, and the minutes of any meetings at which the referral was discussed. Today, January 26, the FID's Chief Technical Director Dennis Chung acknowledged the request. Shortly thereafter, the division's Access to Information Officer Garth Williams denied the request. Williams told our news center that the FID had determined that the information being sought could not be disclosed. According to the FID, its reading of the ATI Act meant it allows access to official documents that are administrative in nature. The FID did not cite any specific section of the Act that requires requested documents to be administrative in nature, but it said the information being requested by our news center related to investigative processes and outcomes. Determined that information falls outside the scope of administrative records contemplated by the Act. The division further stated that the material requested constitutes exempt documents and/or exempt matter within the meaning of the Act. It noted in particular that the information relates to law enforcement matters and that disclosure would or could reasonably be expected to compromise investigative functions. In outlining its reasons, the FID warned that release of the information would disclose or enable the identification of confidential sources or reveal lawful methods and procedures used to prevent, detect, or investigate possible breaches of the law. Such disclosure, the agency said, would prejudice the effectiveness of those methods. Additionally, the FID indicated that disclosure could prejudice the conduct of an ongoing investigation into a breach or possible breach of the law, or result in the unreasonable disclosure of information relating to the personal affairs of persons under investigation. It should be noted that the Integrity Commission itself advised Parliament in its most recent annual report that its investigation into the Prime Minister's finance were at an end. Well-placed sources have told our news center that the FID has responded to the Integrity Commission and advised that it found no cause for concern. Our news center has now submitted an access to information request to the Integrity Commission seeking clarity on the matter. That request has not yet been acknowledged. Ricardo Brooks for Nationwide News.
Jamaica's debt is expected to return to the 60% of gross domestic product GDP target by 2035. That's according to an assessment conducted by the International Monetary Fund, IMF. In a release last week, the fund says it expects Jamaica's debt to peak at 68% this fiscal year before returning to a downward trajectory as of 2026. Siobhan Campbell tells us more.
Jamaica was on track to achieve the significant milestone of a debt-to-GDP ratio of 60% this fiscal year. But as a result of Hurricane Melissa, the International Monetary Fund's assessment sees the country ending the financial year at 68% of GDP. The assessment says following Hurricane Melissa, under current policies, public debt is projected to rise in the near term to accommodate reconstruction spending before declining modestly over the medium term. The 68% is a sharp increase of roughly 6 percentage points compared to the 62% registered for the last fiscal year. The government has suspended the country's fiscal rules, which mandated that Jamaica hit the 60% target by 2030. Now, debt is expected to fall to 65% of GDP by the end of the next fiscal year. Projections are for it to remain in that range until 2031. At that point, the IMF believes debt will then continue its downward decline, reaching 58% of GDP in 2035. Meanwhile, the IMF expects the Jamaican economy to return to growth in 2027. The fund anticipates that by the end of the current fiscal year, the Jamaican economy will decline by as much as 5%. Growth is also expected to be flat for the next fiscal year. In 2027, the IMF projects recovery growth of 3%. For 2028, a further 2% growth is anticipated, with 1.5% for the years beyond. Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, the IMF says the government intends to reduce its primary surplus target to 1.7% of GDP for the current fiscal year. This is a significant reduction from the 5.1% previously announced in the interim fiscal policy paper in December. According to the fund, the government will then reduce the target further to near 0% in the following financial year. The IMF says this will better allow the authorities to respond to the hurricane shock. A primary surplus target is the specific, planned amount by which a government's total revenue exceeds its non-interest expenditures. This is usually set to ensure funds are available for debt repayment. Jamaica's primary surplus target has fallen over the years, coming from a high of 8% at the start of its economic reform program with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF.
The three former senior executives of collapsed investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL, will return to court on April 26. The trio, SSL's founder Hugh Croskery, his daughter Sarah Meany, and the company's former chief executive officer Zachary Harding, appeared in court on Monday. They are charged with breaches of the Bank of Jamaica Act, Securities Act, and Banking Services Act. Croskery and Meany are facing additional charges of breaching Jamaica's Larceny Act. This is in relation to the ongoing investigation into the multi-billion-dollar fraud investigation at SSL. In court on Monday, their case was formally transferred from the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court to the Supreme Court. Their bail was also extended. SSL collapsed in January 2024 amid allegations of a multi-billion-dollar fraud involving Sprint legend Usain Bolt and approximately 200 other victims.
Now, 4 men have been charged with assaulting 2 policemen in Portmore St. Catherine on Sunday. They're 34-year-old Corey Burke, 38-year-old Kironi Moffat, 32-year-old Cavell Christie, and 43-year-old Conroy Green. They've been charged with assaulting the police, resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and indecent language. It's reported that the men were occupants in a motor vehicle that was blocking an entrance, causing a disturbance during a football match. Police responded and instructed the driver to move the vehicle, but he refused. The men exited the vehicle, behaved disorderly, and used indecent language towards the police. When the police attempted to arrest them, the 4 men resisted and physically attacked 2 police personnel.
So around police come and tell you to move a vehicle, you just move a vehicle. What argument for? What you need for yeah, block the entrance, police come and yeah, tell us to move from this one. Move no. Anyways, as it relates to the news about our economy, for us to go back to, we are currently at like 62 point something. Well, you know, we know at the end of the fiscal year it will go up to 68. So although we are putting a point something percent, it is not all doom and gloom. That is pretty much good, you know. If we were to return to 74 or 84 or 94 or 104, then we would have been in problems. But we will be able to recover the economy in 2 years. I guarantee it, my people. And we have the best people placed to do it. See? So for the PNP that don't understand, you know, all of the wranglings that is happening, the economy took a knock because of the hurricane. But resilience is built in there. And because resilience is built in there, we'll be able to recover it. We'll return to growth by 2027. We are in 2026. So a year from now, we'll return to growth. And, you know, and if we are productive people, if we get up on time, we go to work, we spend the time at work, if we manage to get in some more enterprise, get in some more business, put more people to work. If we put more people to work, then, you know, we'll be able to recover the economy even faster, you know. So that is one element that we can use to come back to growth, my people. In that reporting, I believe one reggae boy, and I believe I saw in a video before acting boisterous towards the police. So I guess he has an issue with the police. It possibly could not be him, but I think it is him. One can correct me. And if it is him and behaving in this manner again, you know, they should kick him off of the team. You know, sometimes these youths then get some opportunity and, you know, just to behave themselves and make it best of themselves and the best of their life. You know, them continue to go on like them an arsehole because they're not used to know. See? Explain to them how the hurricane slows down the economy because them fool agriculture, tourism, etc. So the hurricane tear off pretty much all our roof. Them the hurricane also destroy water supply. It destroyed vegetation. So agriculture. It destroy roads. It destroy the airport. All of these things play a factor in you know, the growth of the economy. When the airport had to shut down, you know, for the 2 days that, you know, songs that shut down, that's millions of dollars lost. For the 2 or 3 months that would not properly get any vegetables, you know, that is millions of dollars, billions of dollars even lost. Fishermen could go and see, you know, that is millions of dollars lost as well. So all of those things, all of months them way bank then locked down and you couldn't get no cash out of the ATM and, you know, current gone, all of that plays a factor in the economy. See? So you see how Dayton Canberra that say in people they alright, they can wait 6 months for electricity. 6 months without electricity mean, you know, you can't iron for go to work. You know, you can't whole heap of things. No internet. We need all of these things. We need current for pump water in our pipe as well because we water, you know, coming in our pipe through current generation. See? That then use pump water from the pumping stations into your township. See? So all of these things, you can go a shop, go buy a piece of chicken because shop now no current. You can go a shop, go buy one cold Pepsi because shop now no current. All of these things plays a factor. See, because shop now no current, shop now buy no case of Pepsi, you know, buy no box of chicken back, you know, buy these things from the wholesale. So wholesale now make that the money there, you know. Wholesale if you tell us go and go go and go sit down because we not go open up whole day, so you can't come and work. So everything, all that is the storm discharge everything, my people. So all of that plays a factor in for the PNP who don't understand, you know. Especially electricity. Electricity is a part of life that we definitely need. You know, if we don't have that, nothing can work. Basically, our world is designed around electricity, and if we don't have that, you know, pretty much you can't function normally. You know, and had we had the PNP and they're telling people to wait 6 months for electricity, Westmoreland, who is already in the Stone Age, you know, would have returned to the Ice Age, my people. Basically, everything would have frozen down there in Westmoreland. So, you know, I don't know. Thank God though, we have this government, like Melody said, and if we had the PNP, we would have definitely been suffering 100%, my people. You know, let me read some of them comment. Nice. These people think it's okay to disrespect police. And we must move to a position in Jamaica where nobody is above the law, and no matter which position you hold, if you disrespect the powers that be and misbehave, we must charge you and fine you. See? Plain and simple as that. And then everybody else will fall in line. Also, I want to talk about the waste generation in Jamaica. So persons up to what day me there Jamaica, me a drive and I see somebody just dash one KFC box through car window. I believe I was driving on Grangeville Road. I was driving from Savlamar going towards Grangeville, and there was a white Axio in front of me. And when me look, me see somebody just dash one KFC box through window, and all of the bone and something them drop out of the box. You know? What is wrong? We just eating the thing and just, you know, put it in the passenger side of the person foot. Shanice hate that, my people. Shanice always want me stop so if he dash the work car. She don't want to put her foot. But anyway, you know, nothing is wrong with putting it at your feet until you get home. You put it in a bin. Or if you drive past a bin, you stop and put it. It can't kill you if you just stop 2 minutes or 1 minute even. I don't think it take 1 minute. If you just stop at one bin and throw the stuff them in a bin. You know, so closing down the Riverton dump, you know, we know the PNP they not gonna like that because for them surrogates they down there a scavenge for your living. And, you know, I am sure 1 and 2 labor might be down there too. But, you know, what we can do is build a proper waste management site, a proper recycling site. We can also, you know, recycle for energy as well. Things like plastic bottles, we can recycle those. Bags we can recycle. Plenty of things that we can recycle. I am sure everybody know about scrap metal already. You know, all of these things we can start to collect them and we can sell them on as well, you know, to places that need them, and we can generate a proper income from that, you know. What else was said in the recording? Several things was said. That's why sometimes I have to stop the audio and talk about it, because if my memory not good enough. I look up it and I used to lick me and I made a whole heap of time, so my memory gone, my people, me all, you know. How I'm doing, can't remember everything. Good morning to my beautiful wife. Good morning, baby. Trevor, big up yourself. You know, me tired and me not reach work yet. The amount of snow I have to climb over to get to the tree. I just don't know why, man. I don't love snow, you know. I like people that go like, I love snow, I love when snow come. Me love when snow come. When snow come in England, it shut down pretty much everything, you know. And true, me not like, you know, me not like it hustling and bustling. Me like peace and quiet. So, yeah, man. So we used to see some sign where say, don't dirty up Jamaica. You know, I have not been pretty far this year, this trip. Farthest I went is Kingston, which is far, but I don't remember seeing none of them sign there. But obviously, hurricane would have blow them down. So we need to put them back up. we need to use the Jamaican eye as well to police these things. When we see people have pee on the side of the road and a DD on the side of the road, we must lock them up and charge them. When we see people disposing of stuff outside of vehicles, when we see people fly tipping and all of these things, we must lock them up. And in the community them, we need to move in Jamaica in the community them quick and fast. And when we see persons that burn garbage and persons now put the proper stuff in a proper bin where if you go, we must charge them as well. This is how we'll effect change, because we have been trying to educate Jamaicans as it relates to, and sometimes you have to just force things, my people. I just say, good morning to my beautiful mother-in-law. Tough having to go through so much to work. Be safe, Elaine. Yeah, man, take your time, Elaine, and don't nobody job. See? I remember when I go to work, it's just a number. So anything happen to you, they're going to replace you. So take your time. When you reach, you reach. I had a task reaching home with the amount of snow on the road. It's like Mount Everest. We don't ever get them kind of deep snow there in a London, But because we don't really use the snow, so when it do come, it causes disruption, So, but how you see America and then see snow America and you catch your waist and then sitting there. We don't get them sitting there in England, Probably way back in the day, but I don't know if a global warming a cause here, but we very rarely get snow, especially when you live close to London. Sirika, good morning. Khaleesi, good morning as well. Big up on yourself. Guys, I'm not stay with you this morning again, I'm soon gone. See? What else me need not go over? Oh, I wanted to say that last night live, was a blast. I enjoyed the mix up with people. I have said pretty much all that was said in the recording before, and I was attacked and said that I was a liar. And, me not like the youth being doing Vaz. Big up Jacqueline as well. Jacqueline was on, and I forgot because I was not, the phone was closed, so the phone screen did lock, so I never really realized Jacqueline did not get much to say, but we will probably talk about misogyny this evening. We'll talk about men and their behavior. We'll talk about, young boys and a lot of this behavior that men have in Jamaica, or females are responsible for it, and who knows better will do better still, regardless, because oftentimes we will have our children, will grow them up the right way, we'll speak to them the right way, we'll teach them the right thing to do, but they will still grow up and become their own person. So, and really parents for blame, but if we as a society, start to project that it is not normal to behave that way, then, people will have to shift up. Two last live were top tier. Okay. You're too much. They can say what they want to say. He should stop. I wish I need to put two IF both. I say hello to you already. How you doing here? I see you, baby. Good morning. See? But I say hello to you already, so I know where I put two IF. I see you. Yeah, it was, the discussion was interesting, and having Auntie Karen was awesome. Yeah, man. Mama Karen, I'm a frequent watcher of her thing as well. Silent though, I not really comment, but I see you all in the comment section, and me hear what you say. Me look. I don't remember what I say, I don't remember what I say. I forgot already. Anybody can remind me? I wish I need to talk about. I really don't remember. But Yeah, I'm a silent watcher. I love her program. And big up everybody else because we can't allow for the PNP to come and tear down. And yes, guys, I was told again last night that there's a rift in the PNP, and it is all going to come to a head. They're trying to censor it, but we are living in a technological time, so I don't know how much how much of it they can censor my people. About woman is the of men's behavior. I never say woman, I say some of the behavior that men display, females, are the cause of it. Take for example, a lot of female will know that a man is inveigling wrongdoing, and they will uphold with it. A woman will know that his son is a murderer and refuse to give him up. And you'll have women that know that a man behaves certain way towards a woman, and then we say, cho, a man that some man behave. So they not call out them kind of behavior there. And because they not call out them kind of behavior there, they kind of inveigle with it, if you understand what I say. See? Shanice not love one garbage there foot in our car. So we always have to stop figure let the road figure dash them way. But me not see no reason for just keep them there until we reach home, we take them out and dash them way. Yeah. Good morning. Big up yourself, Jakey. So what you think me did mean, baby? You think me I say I make with answer? No week, I'm in a dancer. I am a reform girlies. Back in the time I used to, do my thing, but I have reformed my people. Very way, my people. Be I left until this evening. I am going to go and start getting myself ready for work. I'm going to get something to eat as well because I have a hospital appointment tomorrow where they say I can't eat for 24 hours. So I'm going to have something big, we can hold me. Till tomorrow. So I'll soon this evening for the live. And like I said, females prepare yourself. We're going to talk about, some things that is happening in Jamaica that is unfair to girl bikini. And some boy bikini too. But, mostly girl bikini. But for the most part, Jamaica have some of the best laws, as it relates to equality. But I don't know if it is being policed properly, my people. So big up all 109 persons that is here. Big up all 60 persons that gave me a thumbs up. If there's anybody new in the 109 person, please subscribe. And it is not always this boring over here, my people. We sometimes have fun things to do and to talk about, but occasionally we will not have a great life. See? So dying with laugh. Eating big won't help eat enough protein. Well, I don't know. I'll eat something. I just want something for hold me, because I'm probably going to drive 1 heap of miles today as well. So I just need to eat something for hold me until tomorrow. So me soon this evening and we'll chop it up. See? Big up on yourself. Shower labor rights.